Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, today I want to ask you any question. For the first question is about how approach methods and techniques in ALT. The first question is, what teaching approach do you primarily use in your English class? Communicative, if like grammar translation, text-based, and why do you prefer this approach?
Okay, for my lesson is English literature. I use a communicative language teaching because I believe that language is best learned through meaningful communication. So, I use communicative language teaching approach.
Okay, thank you for your answer. And the next question is, which specific methods or strategies do you find most effective in helping students improve their speaking and listening skills?
It is about speaking and pardon, can you repeat?
Speaking and listening.
Speaking and listening. Okay. Usually I teach my students in listening and speaking. I use audio and videos before I go to the lesson.
material.
Yes, the material. So before that, there is some pretest. It's like I ask, did you ever know about this something or something happened? After that, I tell them the audio and the videos. So in the test, after that, there is the post listening. I ask to my students what they have gotten. So before that, I introduce the topic and I give the key vocabulary. Then during the listening, students answer comprehension question or identify the specific information. After that, they can discuss the content and summarize what they have heard. So there is 3 stages: pre-listening, while listening, and post-listening strategies.
Okay, thank you for your answer. And the next question is, how do you adapt your teaching methods to suit different student levels or learning style in one class?
I adapt my teaching method by using various activities. There is group work, so I make them a group and they can discuss some problem of it is allows every students to participate actively and learn according to their abilities. So in that group they can discuss and we may know their abilities.
Okay, thank you for your answer. And next question is about techniques for teaching listening and speaking skills. For the first question is, how do you encourage students to speak more English during class activities?
I try to invite them speak before the lesson begin. I greet them and I ask about the last material, and also I try to tell the material what I want to teach in that meeting. So after that, I try to ask one by one about the lesson that they have, that I have teach to them. Then they can answer by using English. So it is from me. First is from me by using English, and I ask them to speak English, to do the same what I do to them.
Okay, thank you. For the last question is, how do you give feedback on students' speaking performance to help them improve?
The feedback is wait. Actually, I have read because many questions that you want to give me. So the students train to build their confidence. Then I point out the areas that need improvement, such as pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, or fluency. I also encourage self-reflection and peer feedback so that students become more aware of their progress and continue improving. So from that, I always provide constructive and positive feedback.
Okay, thank you for your question. And the next question is will be continued by my friend.
Introduce me. My name is Maratuna Salihar Madonna. I am from English students. Let me ask you some questions. First question is, what techniques do you use to help students improve their reading comprehension skills?
Okay, a technique that I use to improve my students' skills, reading,
Yeah.
reading comprehension skills. Okay. Usually before I enter to the class, enter to the lesson, I usually ask first to the students, ask them to read the text, or maybe to read the task carefully, and ask them to identify what is the main idea and what is the text about, and maybe there is some information that they have known before, or sometimes there is unfamiliar vocabulary. So I ask them to read first, and I ask them to tell what the main point of the story, and after that I try to ask them what they have take from the text. It is help student understand the content and can develop their skills in reading. Maybe that is.
Next question is, what methods do you use to give feedback on students' writing, and how do you help them?
The feedback from the writing skills. I try to tell more about their mistakes. So first time there's writing, there's some mistakes, so I tell them the mistake and try to tell to them in order to remake, and try to exercise and tell them to exercise more about the writing.
The writing. And what strategies do you use to help students remember and use new vocabulary words?
Strategies that to make students remember the vocabulary.
Yes.
Usually, I re-ask them after I teach. I ask them, what is the meaning of that vocab that we have mentioned just now, and I try to retell more about the vocab that may be unfamiliar before re-ask and re-explain about the vocabulary.
And how do you introduce new grammar topics in your lessons?
New grammar, introduce new grammar.
Topics.
Oh, topics.
Grammar topics is such tenses maybe.
I usually make an example in our activity in daily life. So before I tell the new grammar to them, I try to make example and give me the example and tell to them, and I give the meaning and ask them about the activity in daily life and try to make the example. I ask them to make the example about the grammar that I have taught before.
And last question is, what challenges do your students usually face with grammar or vocabulary, and how do you help them overcome those challenges?
Challenges. Usually, there are two classes. The one class is regular class that usually they're really a little understand about English. So usually I ask them to bring a dictionary, Indonesian English and English Indonesia, in order if they do not understand about the vocab, they direct look up on the dictionary and we can learn together. It is my technique to challenge my students about their understanding the vocabulary.
Thanks for your time, Miss.
Okay, you're welcome.
Have a question. For the first question, it's what key elements do you always input when designing an English lesson plan?
Pardon?
What key elements do you always including when designing an English lesson plan?
Okay. When designing an English lesson plan, I always include the learning objectives, teaching materials, learning activities, teaching media, assessment method, and reflections. So it is I have to make sure that every activity is aligned with the learning objectives and encourage students to participate actively in the learning process. So in design lesson plan must include or consist of learning objectives, teaching materials, learning activities, teaching media, assessment methods, and reflections.
Okay. The second is how do you choose the topic and materials for your English lesson?
Yes. Choose the topics.
And materials for your English lesson.
Choose the topics and materials for my English lesson. I choose the topics and materials based on the curriculum, of course. So, the students' proficiency level and their interest. I also select materials that are relevant to their daily life so that the learning becomes more meaningful and engaging. Besides, I use various learning resources such as textbooks, videos in order support the learning activities.
Okay, the third from 5 point. Do you ever revise your lesson plan after teaching them? If so, what usually causes to make change?
Yes, I do. I each lesson, I reflect on the teaching and learning process to evaluate whether the objectives have been achieved. If I find some mistakes in my learning activities, of course, in the learning activities there is some difficulties in understanding the material. So I revise my lesson plan. I reread and I retry the other lesson plans in the next meeting in order I can find the mistake that I have made.
Okay. The next question is, what types of assignment do you use to evaluate your student English skill? It's like test, quiz, project, or presentation.
Types of assessment.
Yes, types.
Assessment I use to evaluate my students' English skills. Usually in the books there is a formative and summative assessment. I use that to evaluate my students' English skill. So in the middle of teaching there is a formative and there is the summative assessment that can make their exercise about the English skill.
The next question is, how do you assess that student speaking and listening skill in English?
Usually I assess students speaking and listening skill. It is through question and answer. So I give the question, they can answer. I can know their skills from their answer.
Okay, I think the next question is, propose to see assignment support, learning, talk, feedback, like.
Pardon?
To see how assignment support, learning, talk, feedback.
Assessment support learning through feedback. To improve their learning, I usually ask to the student to identify their strengths and weakness, and I try to understand their mistakes and know what they need to improve. Usually I provide feedback after assessment. Students to reflect on their performance so they can make progress in their English skill. So I believe that the assessment is not only used to measure students' achievement, but also to improve their learning. So it should.
Okay, that's all. Thank you for all the answer from Miss Sheila, and thank you for taking the time to be an observer today, and we say thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Nice to meet you.
I just had to let you know you're